Insights allows you, it's the most groundbreaking technology that we've released. There's no other tool, AI tool in the educational realm that does what AI Insights does. It's pretty exciting. And that's the ability to hold multiple pieces of context. We call those related artifacts in the AI's information system, its brain, and have a generative conversation with you. So on the right-hand side are all of those things I pointed out. I've got transcript, I've got comments, I've got a framework, my lesson plan, my other related resource. This one also has AI reports, which we'll review in a moment, that have been run on it. And they're all pre-selected as possible sources for engaging with Copilot in the insights. What Insights will also do, because generative AI is new and not everyone yet has earned their prompt engineer level 1 badge, much less master, we've gone ahead and engineered multiple prompts that are designed for educators to support their reflection and connection within their artifacts. So you will see some recommended prompts here, that things you can do with the AI Insights given whatever you have selected. So if I didn't have a lesson plan available when I view those prompts, it wouldn't give me anything that has a lesson plan because I don't have anything with it. I can also click See All Questions here or questions over here to see additional prompts. Since the Insights is only giving me its top 4 recommended, I can also look for other pieces. So if I wanted to look at engagement within the classroom, what are some just general suggestions on how I might enhance this lesson, or help me spot participation moments in the lesson where students were encouraged to engage in discussion? Maybe I'm a newer teacher, or I'm supporting a new teacher, focusing on clarity and instructions that I'm providing so that I can have minimized behavior distractions, seamless transitions, not a lot of misconceptions. All of these are things that we've generated prompts for you that you can use. Simply clicking go on any of these will then pull up, if you're clicking go from the list, it'll pull up the option to, if you want to, it's going to select just the things that are minimally required. But if I wanted to add some other things in here, I can. And then I'm going to click go here once more on the bottom right of my screen. And so now it is thinking about that prompt and all of the resources behind this screen. So it's looking at that transcript, it's looking over at those resources, anything that's needed for that, that prompt that I put in. So you can see here, it's given not only a summary of that review, but even specific timestamps and pulled that transcript out for us. It's given some assessment of those key moments, and then I can continue the conversation. Anytime you're engaging with the Copilot in this chat space, you can have an open-ended conversation with Copilot. You don't have to use our pre-generated prompts. You can just create your own here. Or what we want you to do truly is to then continue the conversation. If you're newer to AI, this was something I learned as I started using generative AI, like kind of chat features, it's a different experience than typing something into Google and clicking I'm feeling lucky. It really is kind of this back and forth generative conversation. It builds, like when I'm sitting and having coffee with a friend and we're kind of going back and forth, you have that same experience with your Copilot here. So again, Insights, if you're thinking about, okay, our school, our district, my specific teachers have these very specific priorities, initiatives, programmatic things, like they are your Get Better Faster school, and you have teachers who have been this summer taking the letters training, and they're still grasping the science of reading and how that impacts, like all of those, or you've got math language routines, all of your teachers have gone through that for math, and you're looking at those pieces. Those are all opportunities to further customize the conversation. This initial one, I'm going to continue this conversation, but again, you can always start out with your own prompt. So identify and assess instances where the teacher redirected students. So here we see they redirect by reminding them to keep their eyes on the text. They move closer, so they're using proximity, asking specific students to share their thoughts, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, coach, the teacher, this lesson. What TLAC, teach like a champion, that's often one that I see districts use, especially for new teacher support strategies. Might I recommend for, let's see, let's say instance 2. And again, your prompt can be anything. We've got a few resources to help people with how do I put in clear instructions or questions for when I'm having those conversations. We've got examples of those and some resources I'll share with you. But here we see specific TLAC strategies: no opt-out, right is right, cold call, circulate being provided to support instance 2, where they're moving closer. And not only does it tell me, it doesn't just give me a list. I love that we've trained our Copilot to provide some teachable moments within it. So oftentimes you'll see not just the timestamp, but descriptions, some understanding of analysis, even examples within this space. So I might look at this and I could even say, which 2 of these would you most recommend and why? I could ask it to justify its response. There's no limit to the number of questions you can ask. Anytime you either select Insights or a different tool, it will save your history. So I'm going to click Insights to kind of clear the board, start a new conversation, but I can always come back to that history here. Now, the history is specific to the individual user. So if Kim logs in, she's not seeing my history, she'll see her history. However, I can always share the output of this. I might say, hey, teacher, I was doing some exploring as I was looking at your video and I pulled in Copilot. Let me share with you some of the things that I had. So you can share it. It'll share it as a PDF output of this conversation into any huddle you're participating in or as evidence towards a goal. I can copy the text of the response. I can also export it to PDF or Word, which is going to be really handy when we look at tools here in a moment. So that's Insights, super interactive, the most dynamic, responsive, customized element of the Copilot that we have, but it's not the only thing. So